stupid key. Great. I'm in a Citroen Cactus. Unbelievable. I've got to use this thing again. Not that keen on that. Ugh. Okie dokie. Right, let's turn this beast on and let's check out. Let's see what happens when you put it into reverse. Camera works, it's not flickering. We'll see how that goes over the next while. All free, all done under warranty, all good. Right, well, that's that done and sorted. Now, the last video I put up was one I hadn't put up a video for a long time, as I say, because I'm pretty much, this is just like a normal car. It really is. It does so many miles that it's not even worth doing videos on, really. It's no challenge. You want to have the Leaf, it was like a challenge. You want to go somewhere, it can do 65 miles, 75 miles in winter kind of thing. It's like, bit of a challenge. This, no issue at all. But I did talk about the fact about not getting it serviced. Because, you know, 150 quid a service or whatever would be crazy, really. And so you save up for a fortune, an absolute fortune over the life of the car, if you wanted to continuously service it, to give it a full service history. But of course, this doesn't have a 3-year warranty, it has a 4-year warranty. And the reactions to that were interesting. Some people gave some very helpful insights. Some people were insulting, to say the least, with their choice of words. It's usually the know-it-alls that are insulting, and don't know how to actually have a conversation without being insulting. They have to use words such as plank and idiot and other things like that, which is a bit strange, but there we are. Those people don't usually get very far in life. At some point they trip up. But really what it was for was to investigate what really, if you just go back a bit, when I was going to get an electric car, people said don't get an electric car, they catch fire, the batteries will last 12 months, etc, etc. You've heard it all before. Now that was the world I was in 5 and a bit years ago when I was going to get an electric car. There was no chargers, there was no rapid chargers, and I think there was only about, there was hardly any rapid chargers. Now they're everywhere, now there's chargers, infrastructure everywhere. At that time, if I was going to buy an electric car and I asked people for advice, the advice would have been, don't be so daft, that's crazy, that's mental, it only does 85 miles, etc, etc. All those usual excuses. So I wouldn't have bought one if I'd listened, but I did. So I did buy one. I didn't listen. I bought one, and it was brilliant, and it led me to have some of the best driving experience I've ever had, and to buy outright my own electric car the next time round once the business lease came to an end. So that tells you something. No, this is a quick history. When I came to buy my next electric car and decide what it was, I decided that I indicated I'd probably go for the Renault Zoe. It was met with a huge amount of, oh my goodness, what a piece of junk, it'll go wrong all the time, it's an absolute nightmare, it's terrible, it never charges, you go to public, blah, 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 blah. So I ignored that, and I've had 0 problems in terms of charging, which was the main thing, of course. If you can't charge while you're on your journey, then you are stuffed. People were getting loads of faults with them charging, and they were stranded, and they had to get taken by low loader somewhere else to a garage or whatever and get it fixed, and it's in the garage for ages. Anyway, that hasn't happened at all. None of those nightmares have come true. So what I'm trying to indicate here is majority of people, there's always, people will have valid complaints. So there will be people that have faults with their Zoes. I've had a couple here, nothing major. There's a couple of bit of squeaking, which required some oil, a boot, and really the only thing that's actually failed here is the camera, which hadn't fully failed, it was just flickering, so it got replaced under warranty, rightfully so. So I haven't had any issues. Now, everyone's got context to their faults, so you've got to be so careful, and everyone knows this, that on the internet people are full of opinions and very little to back it up. Some people will have had terrible problems with their Zoe. Yep, there will those people there. Some people will have heard of a friend of a friend of a friend that's had a problem with their Zoe and have comments. And the same with the Leaf. You can find it pretty much with any manufacturer. I know someone's got a Tesla that caught fire on its own. Phil, who watches this channel. He just sat there at night, parked up, and it set fire to itself. But that isn't... I would never buy a Tesla because of the customer service he received following that, and the second Tesla he bought being a bag of sort of polite word, poo. So there are always genuine experiences, and there's always opinions of people. For instance, the blanket phrase, all French cars are absolutely terrible. Yeah, there's that going for it as well. But where we are at the moment, so there's a lot of people that have had Zoes for years now and have had no issues. Some have had major issues, some have had no issues, some have had little issues. Same with pretty much any car manufacturer. I myself, so I'm almost 14,000 miles in now with no issues really. I mean, I was getting sorted out. I was going to wait until the warranty had come up to replace the camera, just before the end of the warranty. So it got the longest life possible out of it, but I brought it in. So there's that. That's about opinions and what comes of it. Now, the idea of not servicing wasn't because I'm an idiot and I thought to myself, I tell you what, how can I devalue this car as much as possible so no one will buy it again? That's not what went through my mind. What went through my mind was, just like I bought the Leaf as an experiment and then filmed it and put it up, I wonder what happened if you didn't service your car and you voided the warranty. What would that be like as an experiment? How would that play out? With the Leaf, you could see 4 years went past, 4 years of video blogging on the Leaf. The idea would be to, well, don't get it serviced. What happens? I'll be the guy that takes the fall. That's not a problem. It's not because I'm an idiot. It's because I'm thinking, what happens if I just don't do it? What would that story look like in 4 years' time, 5 years' time? It might have a car that's a bag of junk and it's going to cost $8,000, and that would be like, flipping it, you definitely get serviced. Because we're talking about something subtly different here, aren't we? Which is actually a major difference, is the fact it's an electric car. Now, there's one argument to be had that if something goes wrong with them, it's much more expensive to fix, possibly. Don't know. That has been suggested. But secondly, there's hardly any of the components can go wrong. So this was based off my experience with the Nissan Leaf. Nothing went wrong with it apart from a dog chewed through a seatbelt and a front shock went, which is all just normal components on all cars. Apart from that, if I hadn't have got that serviced, wouldn't have been a problem. I had no warranty work to do on it at all, and the services on that was about £150 a service. So really, it was a waste of 600 quid. I could just not bothered. Then there's other subtleties. If you've got finance in the car, perhaps there's a requirement that you need to keep it serviced and get it done under warranty. Things done under warranty that should be, and keep it within that. You might have a leasing agreement which says you must get it done under serviced to the schedule. There's all those things to consider, but forget all that. I was going to do it as the fall guy, essentially, to see whether or not it was even what happens, basically. Quite a simple little thing. So some people went over their heads. It was like, whew, not quite switched on enough for it. But anyway, the servicing cost of the Zoe is considerably lower. I paid £87. Now you got people saying they paid £65, which is interesting, but anyway, 87 quid. I got this car serviced when I brought it in for the camera repair. Thought I might as well. I'm already here. It's 87 quid. And one of the main reasons for that is because I was not going to continue without servicing it, because a massive orange light comes on the dash saying service. And at night time, that's like having your high beam light on. It shines in your face. And the only way I could do that was to put some tape over it, some black tape to block it out. And I thought, nah, I'm not doing that. So I got it serviced. so for the sake of all that, I've given up on that, based on the fact that a massive orange light comes on the dash and shines in your face. Yeah, that's how far I went with that. I haven't got the stamina for that to put up with that for 4 years or longer, just to get that light turned off. Now, probably someone out there tell me you can plug into the OBD or whatever it is, or there's some magic combination of buttons here to actually turn that off to reset it. Let me know if there is. Comment below. But anyway, I've got it serviced for at least this year anyway, and we'll see how it goes over the next 12 months, and any issues I will report back again. But remember, people, be polite. People say, oh, you're open to criticism because you put videos up. No, not at all. You can keep your mouth shut, keep it quiet, zip it up. Or have your opinion, but don't be insulting at the same time. Be intelligent and just have an opinion and leave it at that, you silly billies. So I think that's all I've got really on it. I've basically serviced the car and not tried that experiment. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. and I will update you as we go. The good thing is it got a clean on the outside and a clean on the inside. That's the first clean in 3 months. So yeah, all good. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos that have come and gone. There's so many people out there doing videos now, so you got a whole wealth of information you can get. This obviously is just relaying my experience. It's an insight into the ownership. It's a diary which is open to the public in terms of the ownership of this Zoe, which is an absolute brilliant car. That Cactus I just drove, that thing, man oh man, stepping back in time is a weird experience, but I suppose at least we can time travel. But there we go. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope these videos do give you a bit of insight, and I have no idea when the next one could be. Could be 12 months time, 6 months time, who knows. If the car blows up, then obviously I'll let you know. As long as I'm not in it when it happens, I'll let you know. God bless you all, and I'll see you on the next one.